Be live. Okay, so this was literally like the first day, whatever, since Tuesday that I could literally do anything but cry. I'm still like crying a lot. Like it sucks. But I wanted to do a live because I wanted to just talk about like it sucks like when stuff like this happens, like pets are like our family. And I also want to explain like what happened. I also didn't mean for the last first of all, if you did see, I made a video about my dog that passed away on Wednesday. Um, and I made it like on Tuesday night, no, on Wednesday night. So it was Wednesday, and I was just like going through pictures on Wednesday night. Hi, Sumati. Hi, Angela. I was like, I can't even fucking do this. I can't even look at these fucking pictures right now. Like, what the fuck, you know? And then I made the video on uh, whatever Thursday, I guess, and put it out Thursday. I didn't mean for the last one to be like me hysterically crying. I just didn't even like. I also wish I would have put like more happy pictures. I want to show you guys. I found like I sent it to Sumati. The picture the first day that he came home. It's like happy picture, Um, like he literally had just gotten off like this bus from Miami that was a miracle that ever even that it happened. But basically, yeah, it made me think like a lot, and there's some like open discussion about like losing animals and stuff like that. But like, okay, so he was, and like I was like saying like he was 11 forever, but like so he was 6 months old in 2011, in November of 2011. So he's like born in 2010 ish, 10. You guys know how I do with math. 21 to almost 13. So he was like 12, 13, 100-pound American Bulldog. But like just the way that it fucking happened, like looking back, and of course I've been doing that like crazy like the last few days, just like looking back like at like the last month and stuff, like I feel like he's been like wanting to like stay closer to me and shit like that. And like he has like coughing stuff, but like there's like a couple times like in the middle of the night, like so stupid. Like I love like he would like sit down like so something like stuck in his throat, and I didn't want him to like not like cough, so I was like whatever. Story gets like like coughing with him. Silly. So I can think about little things. Basically when we went on a walk on Tuesday night, thank God we just stayed on property. Like we went, so there's like carpets, right? So I walk out and there's like, you take a left and there's carpet. So he was like breathing super heavy. Like his breath rate was super, super fast. And I was just like, and he hadn't gone out like since the morning, and he hadn't wanted to eat anything that day. And he also vomited that morning, Tuesday morning. And he also pooped in the house Tuesday morning, which is totally uncharacteristic of him, both things. So at like 5, 6 p.m., I want to say, like Tuesday, I was like, yo, come on, let's go. And he like got up, he drank a bunch of water, and he was like huffing and puffing like on the way. But thank God it was just is like down the carpet and then just to like the first spot where he always pees, and he like peed a little and then just fell down, like belly flopped on the ground and like wasn't getting up. And like I read so much shit, like I slept on the floor with him until we went to the emergency room. His eyes didn't go weird, but I could just tell like he had no use of his body. So I had to pick him up. He's 105 pounds. I just like picked him up. It was like so hard though, because it was like like weight too, So like once I got him up the steps, because it was carpet, I like half dragged his feet like down the hallway. It was so fucked. I didn't have my phone. I would have called like San Jose or something. And I got him back into the apartment, and he just like kind of flopped down like right in like the front right there. there. And he didn't move until and San Jose carried him to the fucking car 24 hours later. Or no, well, that was like, let's call it 6 p.m. on Tuesday. I slept on the floor Tuesday night. Wednesday, he didn't move. I think he tried to get up a couple times. I brought him water and he threw it up like immediately. He wasn't interested in food. I offered him chicken, turkey, pizza. I mean, I'm trying to like make a joke, but like to make you feel better. But like he was one of those food motivated dogs I've ever known. Him not eating food was like more concerning in a way than the collapse. Obviously, the collapse was much scarier. But so it was kind of cool because, and I guess I'll give you this information if God forbid this ever happens to a dog that you have. So the Tuesday night, I called the vet that I usually go to, and they were like, my nails got painted and all this. I felt like at one point he didn't want to hear TV. So I turned the TV off and I just found nail polish and he was like just right next to me. Like I just stayed right next to him. The only thing I did was walk condo. I painted my nails. I was reading a book too. But so Tuesday night I called my vet, the one that he usually goes to, and they close at like 6, 7. They're like, you need to take him to this emergency place. I called the emergency place and they said it's a 4 to 6 hour wait. And I had San Jose, thank God, ready. And I was like, if we're going to be waiting somewhere for 4 to 6 hours in the condition that he's in, I prefer him be waiting next to me with the blankets and everything we had with him. Like, and, next to me than in some, I don't even know what this place looks like. So then I'm like praying for a miracle. And I kept praying to all the angels, like, please heal him or send him to God painlessly and peacefully, like his heart rate was going up. And so I was reading all this stuff about heart rate, breath rate. So dog's breath rate's supposed to be about 40. It's not supposed to exceed 40. His was going like way up or like at 38 per minute. And then heart rate, depending on the weight, like his goal heart rate was 120 to 160 and he was like about 108. Anyway, so we're going to the emergency room about 3, 4 o'clock Wednesday. I called and I was on like survivor trauma, like my dog's like fucking struggling mode. So I wasn't like thinking totally clearly. I was on hold trying to tell them we were on the way when we were on the way. And then I was like, this is a fucking emergency, obviously. So I called and the guy I'd spoken to the night before when I was inquiring, like, what to do, I remembered his name. Always remember people's names. John. He's like, well, this is John. I was like, John, this is Ashley from last night. They fucking had a stretcher already there when we pulled up. They brought him right in. I was like, dope. I mean, like, that was like the coolest part. But then they came in, they were like, this is severe. He has fluid in his lungs, and we're trying to get the cardiologist here. We think that his heart is leaking or it like is punctured or some shit. His breath rate and heart rate were super low, everything, like blood pressure super low. And I was just like, whoa, back it up. And he was like, so it's going to be, he's like, this is the worst part of my job. This part I hate this part I hate the most about my job. The vet side, he goes, so just to like get the tests, and he's definitely going to need minimum 3 nights in the hospital. So just for the tests, and 3 nights at $1,500 a night. So that's 3,000, 4,500, and then 2,000. So 45, 50, 6,500 just to find out what's wrong. That's not even the treatment. And I was like, whoa. First of all, back it up. Are you like telling me I did not plan on going there and like not leaving with my dog. I thought like maybe like they would give him like ibuprofen. I don't fucking know, anything but that, and anything but like $6,000 to just and he's like 13 or 12 or 13 and like, like, and he was already like fragile. The dude couldn't walk, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was like chemo, radiation, and I was just like, whoa, like, first of all, and like the sheet thing, I was just like, so like, I was like, because I've been through this with my parents, it's never fun, but there was like a DNR part, like a do not resuscitate part, and I was like, wait, I wasn't prepared for this question at all. Like, And it's like, oh, well, if your dog goes into cardiac arrest, I'm like, he's like 12 or 13 and like not doing well. If he goes into cardiac arrest, like, what does that mean? Like, you're going to go clear, clear. Like, can you explain that part to me? So basically, that was kind of not an issue because once they told me that what the situation was, so then like even and like I've talked to like so many people, like even the vet was like, it would be, and oh, I said, what are the chances if I brought him home tonight, like that this would just go away or fix itself or it would heal itself? He said 1 to 3%. That's really low. Even my math knows that's low. So it's just like, whoa, back it up. So are you telling me this is like serious? You know? And he's like, yeah, he's like, it might be a good idea. He's like, do you want me to give you guys like a minute? Like, it might be a good idea to consider saying bye. And he kept calling him OC, whatever. As long as he wasn't calling him Aussie. Like, a lot of people think his name is Aussie. Like I would never name my dog AUSSIE. That's lame. Like Australian or something. So it's basically like put him through hell, you know, with a bunch of money that I would have to borrow from friends that I don't have. Uh, or like put him down and I had to like decide that in like 5 minutes or some stupid ass thing like that. And so that's what it was. It's crazy because like I knew when like he came to me, I knew like one of my jobs was gonna be to like take him to heaven. He's an older dog, you know. I just can't believe we ever even saw each other again. But it was just like, yeah, it was fucking fast. Oh, thanks guys. Yeah, it was like cool. They had this person there and she's like, I'm here for the humans. Like at one point she was like while they were, I was like, okay, can you just bring him in? And like they were like, do you want us to like give him some kind of drug to like so you can spend some time with him? I was like, no, I just want to do this. If his lungs are filled with water and he's uncomfortable, I want him to be not uncomfortable. Fluid, water, and blood, possibly, whatever. Like I was like, can you like drain the fluid? And they were like, no, not until we confirm that he's not bleeding from his heart too. Like it was just like it was a dumpster fire fuck show. It was sucked. And I was like, yeah, let's just do this like as fast as possible, please. You know, um, it was all just so surreal. It is still so surreal. Like I just don't even believe he's like not here. But oh yeah, what was I gonna say? Get the stretcher. That was my thing, I think. Yeah, no, I mean, like, but here's the thing, even if I was loaded and I had all that money, it wouldn't have been the humane thing. What's up, Lambros? It would not have been the humane thing. I was super surprised at my friend who was like amazing. Like at first they're like 2,000. He was like, yeah, yeah, we got it. I was like, are you fucking serious? And then it got to 6,500 because they wanted minimum at 1.5, which is just the stay at the hospital. And I was just like thinking about his body. I've been sitting with him for 24 hours besides walking Hondo like 3 or 4 times. Like, you know, he was like I was like when I was sitting there all day with him, like waiting for my friend to get off work who had a car to take us, he was just like his breathing was so labored. And like he was looking at the water bowl and he like tried to get up like twice and just like slipped and fell. And I brought him the water and it was just like his body just like rejected it. It was just like shutting down, I think, you know. And so it sucks, it sucks, it sucks. But like at the same time, like I just have to like I know I'm gonna be continue crying, but I feel like I'm trying to focus more on the positives. Like he didn't suffer that much. And my prayers were, I think I said this, so if I'm repeating myself, I apologize, that that he heal completely or that he go to God or heaven painlessly and peacefully and like quickly. So that happened, you know. And like there was no waiting room thing. There was no like, I had like a person to carry him. He couldn't walk, The last ride was in a convertible, so that was cool. Um, but yeah, he just was like, I mean, like I was thinking like a couple times, I kept checking like that he was still breathing, like before we went on Wednesday. Oh, so there's like a social worker lady, and she was like, so when they were like going to like bring him in, like they're going to get him, she's like, so and my neighbor was in the room with me, and like I was just like hysterically crying, it was just like, what the fuck? But then I also remembered because I've done this with Havoc and also with Shiva, my two dogs before. And vets telling me like to try to like have like happy energy like when they're leaving so they don't feel like confused or whatever. So I was like, and it was kind of weird, like because one dog was in Georgia, and then Shiva was here. They didn't tell me shit when Shiva was like, the woman's like, oh, you can cry as much as you want. I'm like, no, I don't want to cry. I want to like feel happy so he feels happy. Like it's like a 7-second thing. Like they give him basically, I think what Michael Jackson like went out on, like propofol. Like they told me, they're like, first he's gonna have this, he's gonna fall asleep, and then the euthanasia, and then and like he's already asleep, whatever. But I like, it's weird, like I felt his soul like leave, and I like felt it go through my heart. Like you can feel it, like something leave. I felt it with with Shiva and Havoc too. But she's like, so tell me some of like the best things about Aussie. And I was like, looking at my neighbor, like, so I was just like, bitch, I need to cry for a minute and like brave the fuck up and like take my dog to heaven right now. I was like, fucking everything. Everything he did was amazing. Like his inhales and exhales are amazing. Like what the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, it's like sucks. But like at the same time, like I know like he's better off. I don't know. It was a question I used to have with people all the time, like when I was like flying all the time with my dad, like, because like with the Havoc, he had cancer. So like I knew, and it was the same kind of thing. It was like when he stopped eating, that kind of deal. And that's what happened. Same thing with Shiva. So I think, I don't know. I don't think it's either way is like better. I don't think there's ever enough time with someone or something that you love unconditionally, like your family. But like, what was I gonna say? Yeah, like I felt like I wrote. So one thing that this woman, she's really nice. Her name's Natalie. She's like a social worker for people that like put their dogs in or have to do that, whatever. She was like, why don't you? She's like, whenever you're ready. She wrote me the day after, and it's kind of funny because, and Ryan's here, and when she sees this, I wrote Aussie a letter like that night, like Wednesday night when I got home. I was just like, I wish we had more fun, like the last few days that you were here, weeks, or like we did anything cooler, like she's like, why don't you write a letter to your dog? Like it might be painful, but like that could be a cool idea. I was like, oh my god, I did that last night. But I wrote him another one today. Like I guess like with Shiva and Havoc, like knowing and having time like every single day, like for at least a month preceding each of their things, their transitions. I like, we like went on special walks, we did things, you know what I mean? Like I feel super lucky that I got like the last 24 hours with Bossy that I did, but it's like same time I feel like it was just like ripped. Like Sunday it was fine, Monday it was fine. Like anyway, I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place. Sorry. All Ganesh's obstacles are gone now. His soul is full of the light. Yeah. It sucks. And I'm like thinking about like whatever, it doesn't matter, but like I just hope that he wasn't like, I mean, I know that he wasn't, but like I was like focused on other annoying, stupid things the last fucking 5 days that I shouldn't have been focused on. Um, oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I wanna be here and, like, just show, like, strength and so Hondo poor Hondo's had more walks. We walked, like, 6 miles in the last 48 hours. We're about to go again. I gave him another bath today. He had a bath yesterday. It's so funny. Excuse me, I just snorted. Yeah, I just feel like I wanna do, like, everything with him, and it's like, yeah, it's just so weird, like, when you miss, like, the energy of someone or something, like, I miss his stupid head and, like, his eyes and, like, I don't know, everything. It sucks. But, it could not have ended better for him. It could not have been more painless. It could not have been more perfect. Like, the angels showed up, you know? But I think, it's just time. Like, this is what it is now. It's just, like, time and, like, for me, I'm trying not to be too sad about Hondo. I can't really tell if he even knows. Like, a couple times I think he looks for him. I don't know. But I also feel like we project a lot onto animals, you know what I'm saying? Like, one thing that was really awesome that the vet said to me, uh, on Wednesday, explaining, like, how Aussie felt in the hospital, he was like, uh, he's like, "Dogs don't think like" he's not like, "Oh my gosh, like, I have heart cancer or heart disease or something like that." He only knows that he just feels a little uncomfortable and he can't stand up because, like, the liquid was literally, like, weighing his chest out, like, throwing him off balance. He's like, he just knows that he feels a little uncomfortable. He doesn't really know why. Like, they don't think like us, like that. And, he's like, "Yeah, so the most humane thing would be to just, painlessly let him go." He was like, "If he was 4 years old, this would be a different thing." He said, "But a lot of people choose to be selfish." It's, like, really kind of like I don't know, like, I I've heard of people like this, and I guess I can get it, but, like, I can't imagine it. Like, he's like, "You have no idea how many people will just take their dogs home while they're suffering." And, like, just to, like, keep their dogs around a little bit longer or, like, put their dogs through something like this. He's like, as a 12, 13-year-old American Bulldog that weighs 105 pounds, like, this is you know what I'm saying? So, I was like, "No, no, I'm not interested in that. I am definitely not interested in taking him home and 1 to 3% chance him getting better and the fuck, whatever." Like, the rest, 97% to 99% chance he's just gonna, like, suffer and fuck that, you know? Ah, anyway. Yo, cats people that have cats, handsome tea. Cats are self-aware. They know when it's their time to die, and they go into somewhere secluded. Yo, I was talking to one of my Cynthia, like, you guys know Cynthia. So Cynthia, like, rescues cats and, like, um, is a avid cat person and animal person, and she was, like, texting and messaging with me all day, and, we were talking about one of her cats, Shadow. Cats will hide their illnesses more I think they feel more vulnerable or something. Like, there's science behind it, but they will hide their illnesses. I think all animals do, but they'll hide their illnesses more than dogs. So and Sumati knows this too, if Sumati's still here. Um, so especially, like, I think just, like, when your cats get older or when your animals get older but here's the thing, yo, he was in for, like, an adult physical and everything in November of 2021. Like, he wasn't even due for anything, so and I asked the guy this, I was like, "This something like this could happen this fast that, like, were in fucking DEFCON 5, like, within a year. He's had blood tests and all that stuff. All the, bulldog American bulldogs just tend to get, like, fatty tissues. They're all benign, He's like, "Yeah, it can." But cats will hide it more. I don't know if he was hiding it. Like, I don't know. I've been running everything through my head, like, I feel like he was, like, he wanted to be, like, closer to me a lot lately, which I loved, but I was, like, wondering. And the whole day on when the guy told me it was his lungs and his heart, um so first of all, on Tuesday night, it freaked me out when I got him back, and it was, like, not easy, guys. It was so fucking scary, and also it was, like, he was so heavy, and I was, like, worried his feet were gonna, like, not be okay. But when I finally got him in, I put, like, blankets on him and stuff, and, like, I just posted up next to him, and I just didn't leave. But his paws were cold. Like, I was like, so the guy said, we're fighting two things right now: the heart, which is compromising circulation, and lungs, which is compromising breathing. Like, these are the two most important things for any living thing, right? Or a mammal, at least, or dogs or humans. And his paws were cold. It was so fucking weird. And I was like, San Jose, can you check Hondo's paws? Are they cold? Or, like, do you remember if, like, Aussie's paws have ever been cold? Plus, I was looking at pictures. His gums were, like, palish. Like, they're pink in, like, all the other pictures. Like, I think that was circulation thing. But his paws, like, warmed up on Wednesday, Like, I had blankets and stuff. I was, like rose quartz on him. I was trying everything. We're just so lucky to have them, like, as long as we do. And I remembered something. I forgot who said it to me, but I wanted to share it too. Um, Somebody said, like, some people have so many animals and dogs waiting for them in heaven that it literally takes, like, a minute for them to, like, meet up with the people that they meet up with in heaven. And I already have, like, 3 really big dogs up there. Yeah, I mean, I like, he was such a, like, proud guy, you know what I mean? Like, when he threw up yesterday, I think he just, like, I think he was just too tired, but he also was, like, trying, I don't know. I mean, 2 days ago. Anyway, all dogs go to heaven. This is for sure. I love you guys. And thank you so much for the messages. But yeah, it's just, like, super important to take care of our babies. And yeah, I mean, like, I guess also it was really cool, this lady, like, she was like, I don't have, like, a lot of family, so I do appreciate you guys too on that level, like, any blood relatives that I speak to. But she was, like, taking me through, like, trauma and grief stuff that, like, is, like, helpful for a lot of things, like, knowing that it's okay to cry. She's like, "It's okay if you cry and scream and/or scream." I was like, "Well, I haven't screamed yet." I haven't stopped crying, but, yeah. I mean, I've only felt, like, anger, like, a couple times, like, just, like, like, anyway. But, I know that in time my heart will heal. I know that he's in the best place, and, it couldn't have gone smoother. Like, the angels showed up, angel gang gang. Like, I don't drive, you guys. I had a car, I had a person to carry him safely. Like, I couldn't carry, like, I was not, he was really hard for me to carry. They fucking pulled up and there was a stretcher there. They put him right in, like, fucking VIP. Cynthia said something really cool. She said, God was good to him. He went out with grace. It would have just got, I mean, dude couldn't walk. Like, where are we going to go from there? I did this, like, thing, whatever. Well, Cynthia mentioned, like, you can have, there's vets that can go to you. So I looked that up. And you guys, we talk about staying with our instincts, staying with our gut. My gut told me this is just me prolonging, not like, I was more than, I actually wasn't even prepared for any kind of, like, diagnosis, like, or like, well, pre-diagnosis, like, that we got. Like, I was more like thinking about moving him, and like, he didn't seem well. I mean, it was like a fucking what do you call it? Catch 22, a rock and a hard place, whatever. Because it was like I was scared to move him, but he clearly needed medical help, you know? Um, but so I looked up online doctors, and I found a vet that could come at 11:45 on Thursday. So I booked it, and I put all the symptoms and everything, and I was like, "You know what?" And my neighbor that was, like, on point to take me, I was like, "You know what? Forget it. The doctor's gonna come tomorrow at 11, and then he doesn't have to move." But I was thinking to myself, and I wrote Cynthia this too, thanks to everything. Bitch, she knows everything, like, stuff like this. But I was like, you know, he didn't eat yesterday. He drank water today and threw up, but, like, how's he not need to, like, go to the bathroom? Like, that's gonna be an issue before tomorrow, you know? I was, like, feeling his tummy, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, "That can't be comfortable, like, he must need to, like, relieve himself, whatever." I was thinking crazy things. I was like, because I still have, like, some wee wee pads from when Hondo was a puppy. I was like, "Maybe I'll just put it there and he'll know what to do." Like, 'cause I took care of my dad in that way, you know? But I was like, "This is different." This is very different. So the vet, they're actually cool. The vet actually called me and he was like, "Hey, how are you?" The one that was gonna come and like do an in-home visit. And I was like, "I could be better, you know. I'm not well. Like my dog's we're really concerned about my dog." He was like, "Yeah, I see why. And also we think that you should take him to the emergency room." I was like, "Copy that." So yeah. Especially when it's like sudden. I don't know. Anyway. Hey Jill, thank you for your text messages. The angels truly are at the clinic. I've never ever heard a grief counselor at a vet in San Jose, all angels. I think that's a new thing. They didn't have it with Shiva. Like, I went to a different hospital with Shiva. I think they might be connected, but like this woman, at first, I'm telling you, she annoyed me because like we get there and like they have to lift him up out of the back of the convertible, right? And doctor's name is, I was like, "Thank you, doctor." He's like, "You can call me Justin." I was like, "Thank you, Justin." You know, it's like so funny because I'm like so good at hospitals at this point, you know, and I'm like, he was lying on my lap and I was in the back seat, and Justin like could tell that I was nervous to like even let him be touched. And he was like, "Is it all right if him and I get the front, he gets the back?" And I'm like, "All right." And I like had the middle and I was like standing under, you know, and they put him on a stretcher and they had another nurse waiting with the stretcher. But it's like you get to like you're on like trauma brain, you know what I mean? But this was like a proper like animal emergency room, and so they took him one way, and then my friend parked the car. He was like, "You can go that way and check in," and like they gave me the paperwork, and um, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so when the guy came in pretty quickly, he said, "So, OC, you can call him OC." I was like, "I'm not gonna correct him right now." Um, Bossy. It's actually bossy. Anyway, um, he's like, "It's severe." Blah 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 blah. He's like, "I'm trying to get the cardiologist in." Da, 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 da. He's like, and then when he threw out 2,000 just to try to find out what's wrong and see if they can take some of the liquid out of his lungs, but also $1,500, 1,500 a night just for stay, not medicine or anything, starting that night. And I was just like, wait, are we at like a precipice here? Are we at like a place where he's not well? Like, and he was like, yes. And the other thing I need to tell you is probably the most humane thing or a humane option right now would be to say goodbye to OC. Awesome. I was just like, whoa. um, but oh yeah, so this lady. So once I was like, "Can you give us a second?" And I was just like, um, you know, even if I was like gonna borrow this money from this person who was like, somehow I was like, how are you rolling and how do you have that to even spot? Whatever, thank God. But I was just like, I don't think his body can handle it. I didn't even think his body could handle like just like one night in that place, like, you know, all like whatever, cold and stuff. So when I decided to like it was like so fucking fast. I had to make the decision. It was just like, okay, like, cause like the more it was like, he said like, basically it was like, you know, fluid was accumulating, you know, clocks are ticking. He's like, he's not so uncomfortable right now, but he's not getting any more comfortable. I'll put it that way. So once like I decided to do that, this woman comes in, she's like, so I'm the human person. I'm here for the humans. And I was just like, dude. I was like at first I was just kind of like, this better not be like put on the bill or like cost extra or something, you know? She had really good intentions. She was sweet. But like she kept getting me to like want it like, so basically like the vet would come in and say something and then go out and then like the cremation person comes in. And dude, this I might have sounded like such an ice queen. I don't even care. I've done this 2 times already. One time they like fucked it up. They like came in before and they fucked it up actually this time too. They came in before. So they come and they basically they'll want to like sell you like, I don't know, like a $5,000 thing to cremate your dog, whatever. I was like, the most economical one, you know what I mean? Like that's it. But they come in with like their spiel and stuff, and you're just like, dude, not now, you know? Like I'm about to like let go of my best friend, like. And I just felt like she was like, so what were some of the funner things about Ozzy? And what were some of the greater times you had with him? And I was just like, lady, let me just fucking mourn and get my shit together right now. But like after, she was like cool. And she texted me like the next morning. And yeah, I wasn't on the bill. So. But yeah, I think it might be like a new thing. It's a grief counselor. I have the thing right here. Veterinary social worker. We are here to help. Some of this was pretty cool, actually. Social worker services, emotional support, guidance in pet decision making, including palliative. I don't know what that is. Care and euthanasia, support via telephone and in person, referrals and resources. Veterinary social workers focus on the emotional needs of pet owners. We understand that a pet is a member of your family, and we're here to support you. When a pet becomes ill, families are disrupted, for sure. Your home may seem empty and filled with sadness. Fortunately, support is available. A veterinary social worker can help guide you through important pet-centered decisions with empathy and understanding. The needs of every family and pet are unique. Our veterinary social worker can provide you with compassionate support. Veterinary medicine has made many advances to help care for our beloved pets. However, some conditions may lead to the consideration of the end of the life decisions, which can be difficult. Our veterinary social worker will work alongside the veterinary medical team to ensure that the utmost care will be given to both you and your pet. More than 80% of people identify pets as part of their family. Duh. I don't know. What are those other 20% people doing with pets? And 99% of households talk to their animals. Who doesn't talk to their animals? Okay, I didn't read this part yet. It is not unexpected for you to become overwhelmed with intense emotions when a pet becomes ill or dies. Our veterinary social worker can help by facilitating your decision making. It's a squirrel. Hi, squirrel. Emotional support during or after euthanasia. Our veterinary social worker will follow up by phone or private meeting to provide support and coping strategies. In addition to our one-on-one services, we can direct you to community resources. Bada bing, bada boom. So, yeah. But what's not cool? Wendy, totally agree. Ashley, I love you, Angela. Yeah. I mean, like, not only did the vet, I mean, like, I'm the person that would be like, what could I have done more? What did I do wrong? Da 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 da. Da. It was literally not only could I not have done anything better, but like angels showed up and like I just have to get over missing him. You know, like the energy of him. It's very traumatizing, Jill. I love you. 4 times for me. Yeah. This is 3. Never gets easier. No. So much love and hug vibes I'm sending. Thank you. Yeah. It keeps like seeing him, like feeling him, you know, like it still doesn't like feel like it. It was all just so fucking like. Anyway, we'll be all right. So Hondo and I just go on a lot of walks now. I just wanted to like say that as much as it was really cool, like a couple of people that know me well and know Bossy were like cry as much as you want. I don't know. My dad used to say to me all the time, "Stop crying." I'm like, I'm fucking trying. But yeah, I'm just gonna like let myself cry and you know, I know that he's like in a better place and like not in pain. So that's the coolest thing that I could ever ask for. And you know, like the last like few months, there was times like where I just felt like I walked into the canals and granted it was kind of hot around my birthday and he could barely make it back. The canals are not far from me. It's like less than a mile. And he had to like take breaks. He was just like, you know, I think that, you know, I think we just got really lucky. You know, I miss him. But I was thinking about it. I was like, why the fuck? Like, why am I like so good at like taking people to heaven? You know what I mean? Like, I'm fucking over this shit. Like, a couple of my people like that I know very well are like, you're so strong. You know, you're gonna be okay. It's like, yeah, sometimes you just get tired of being strong. You know. It's very traumatizing. 4 times. Never gets easier. No. The woman is like, so you've done this twice before. And I was like, yeah, I know the drill. And I feel so lucky. I mean, I seen so many things, but like, I was like, yo, that's how I would like to go. Like, my biggest thing about leaving this planet, wherever the fuck it is it be painless and quick. I can't imagine a better way to go out besides having someone that fucking loves you unconditionally, holding you and telling you that they love you, and like whatever fucking thing that makes them you go to sleep, and then in 7 seconds you're painlessly out. I already knew it was painless, but I told Samati this too. It, but like there was no amount of times I can hear, like especially yesterday, like or Wednesday. He was like, just so whatever. He was a gay guy, so I'm doing a gay voice. He was like, just so you know, it's 100% painless. He will feel nothing. I already knew that, but it was cool to hear. It just, yeah, it's like weird, Jill. Like you probably felt it. You can tell when like the soul leaves the body. So with Havoc, I was like on the floor like this, and he was like sitting up, and he just kind of. And with Shiva, she was lying down, similar, like on a stretcher to Bossy. Same thing. And I was like holding him, and, like kissing him, and I just like I felt it. And the guy's like, and I'm so sorry. Now he's gone. I almost wanted to say like I know. I was like, shut up, Ashley. Cynthia, I was talking about you. We're talking about strength and how lucky we can be when our older friends pass away. I was reading the pamphlet for the veterinary social worker who's super cool. I have to say, it was probably the best and smoothest veterinary experience I've ever had. That person having the stretcher outside was like, that made me feel good. And this guy, like, there's like two strong guys had Bossy, so. Oh, I want to repeat this because you're here now, Cynthia. I loved what you wrote, and I think this is like the takeaway. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be crying and shit for days, but he went out. Cynthia said he went out with grace. And I would add integrity, and he wasn't confused or in pain for too long. I love you guys. I'm so sorry for the loss of Bossy. Thanks. He had the best owner a dog could have. Thanks. Yeah, I don't know if you guys all know this, but I got him as a puppy when he was like in 2011. So, and when I moved out here, one of my conditions was that, and I had Shiva already too, my shepherd that had passed, that I had for 13 years. And one condition was one dog. So I had to adopt him out. And I adopted him to one of my students at my yoga studio in West Hollywood. In Miami Beach. She ended up moving to Singapore and leaving, his name was Ganesh, and leaving Ganesh with her mom in Miami. And then I started getting emails in like 2021 that the mom couldn't have Ganesh anymore. I'm contacting this girl in Singapore. It was like a whole thing. And I had until 3:00. She like contacted me and then she's like, oh, everything's fine. And I didn't hear back for like a month. I was like texting everyone I knew in Miami, can you take this bulldog until I figure something out? Can you just, like, my bestest friends that would like do anything if they could, because he was in Miami Beach. And none of them could. They either had dogs or babies or were in places that they just couldn't. And then I didn't hear from her for like a month. And then it was like an emergency. It was like I heard from her on like a Tuesday and I had until Friday, 3 p.m. Friday, 3 p.m. I guess the mom was like moving out and like they were going to take him to the fucking pound. And this was in 2021, like January of 2021. I was like, I went nuts. I was like, first I started getting on with the airlines and I'm like, and this was like height of all the stuff with like traveling restrictions and shit. And I'm like, and WhatsApping this girl, right? And she's like, and this kind of pissed me off, like, because I hadn't heard back and there was a time difference, obviously. And I was like, yo, okay, what are we going to do? I can't find anyone in Miami. If your mom can't keep him for a few more days, like, I don't know what to do about flights. And the mom in Miami doesn't speak English, by the way. They named him Aussie because they said that she couldn't remember Ganesha, and Aussie Con in Spanish means big snout. So it was Aussie for short. But the way that it was like he was bossy, And so I'm like, dude, what the fuck, And the girl was like, I don't know. She was kind of like laissez-faire about it. Laissez-faire, whatever. Laissez-faire. She was just kind of like whatever about it. And I was like, dude, I'm not letting anything happen to this fucking dog. Plus, I couldn't even keep him, guys. I was living in a studio apartment with Hondo, who was like 6 months old at the time. And so I even found a neighbor to adopt him. It's all a miracle with Bossy. This guy, Billy, so I call him Old Man Billy, right? Old Man Billy adopted Bossy without meeting him. It was kind of cool. I like called him. I was like, listen, I found blue collar pet van, like a van that would drive him for $1,500 from pick him up in the house in Miami and drive him from Miami to Venice. So I found a guy in my building. I call him Old Man Billy. And I was like, Old Man Billy. And Old Man Billy like lives alone. So I was like, Old Man Billy, I think you need a dog. And there's this amazing dog. He used to be my dog. He goes, say no more. I'll take him. I was so surprised, but also so elated, at the same time. I was like, okay, well, it's $1,500 to get him here. I'll pay it. Tell me who to pay. Actually, they split it. The girl, that is one cool thing she did. The girl split the $1,500 with Billy, but he fronted it. So Bossy takes a van called the Blue Collar Pet Van from Miami to Venice. I was talking to the guy the whole time and like leaving voice messages, and like the guy would put him on speaker and he was like, okay, my heart just melted. Like he definitely remembers you. And I was like, I'll meet him outside. And it was like so like emotional for me because I was like, I had like a male dog and he's a male dog. So I didn't know how, like, even if I wanted to have him, I also I didn't really have like the like financial, like, I don't want to say right, but like whatever to do it. And so Billy was going to take him, and Billy lives down the street. And I was like, I'm going to babysit all the time. I'm your dog walker, blah, blah, blah. I was just excited that Aussie was saved and that he was going to be okay. And I don't think he would have lasted in, like, nobody's going to adopt a fucking 10-year-old American bulldog. I mean, maybe they would, but in Miami Beach, like, it's different. So I was just happy he was going to have a safe home with old man Billy, right? So old man Billy asked me to babysit for the first time, like the second night he was here. The first night he goes, oh, he's a great dog. I'm so happy. He slept in the bed. And the whole time I'm thinking to myself, like, I can't believe my old dog's there. Like, all I want to do is like see him, And he's like, can you babysit for me? I was like, yeah, I can babysit. Of course I babysit. So I like babysitted him all day. I took both of them jogging together because I didn't know like how they were going to be in the house. I wanted to like jog with them. So we were like jogging. I was just like amazing to be with him. And then so that night I returned him to old man Billy. The next morning, Billy freaked out. I woke up to a text. He was like, Ashley, after Aussie saw you, he completely freaked out. He misses you. And Aussie had chewed up his whole couch. I guess the guy went out for dinner or whatever. And I was like, please don't hurt him. Please don't do anything bad to him. Like blame me or whatever. Like, I'll get you a new couch, or fine. I mean, like, just don't like hit him or anything. Anyway, he was like, and then he like, old man Billy did this whole thing where he was like, I don't think you should see Bossy. I think I have to like get in my rhythm with him. I think you totally threw him off, blah, blah, blah. That was like, it's like so funny. I'm going to just tell you this whole thing. But so for like 2 weeks, I would see him and like, I wouldn't be able to say hi to him, and it was like so weird. And then on a Sunday, old man Billy texts me. My stories are so silly, right? He said, I need to get rid of this dog within 7 days. I feel this verbatim. He goes, I feel like I'm married again. So find a home for him. I was like, whoa, dude, what? Don't do it. Don't do anything with that dog. I will take the dog. What's going on? What happened? He's like, I just feel like he said, I feel like I'm married again, whatever. And he said, you have 7 days. And I was like, fuck you, motherfucker. Because I had already helped him get like the note so that he could have a dog. I was like, I have it under your fucking name. Like, I will go to the front office. I was like, don't you fucking do anything with that dog. Oh man, Billy. Anyway, so I was like, let me come get him and see how he is with Hondo. And like, if I have to drop him off. So I just got him literally that Sunday and we made it work. He never went back to Old Man Billy's again. Old Man Billy's. And it's kind of funny, like, so if you don't know, Ganesh was his real name, and that's the remover of obstacles. Within like a month or two, a bunch of my artwork came back to me from like when I was living in Miami. We moved across the way to a bigger apartment, to like a 1-bedroom apartment. A whole bunch of cool shit happened. Yeah. Gail, Honda has gone. No, not Hondo. Bossy. I love you, Gail. Hondo's right here. Hondo's like, I've walked more in the last 2 days than I have in the last year. Everywhere I go, I'm like, let's go. And I feel like us moving and stuff is good. It was kind of funny yesterday. I was walking, whatever. I'm gonna get out soon. We're gonna go to the beach. But I was walking and he's just like, especially like he's really excited about other dogs, I don't know because he's been with Bossy for like the last 2 years, and Bossy was kind of dog aggressive. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm not gonna take a chance, and especially not right now. But we like passed this French dude that had like a pit bull, and this other guy that had like a husky, and Honda's like super excited and wants us like say hi to them or whatever. And I'm like trying to like navigate to avoid both of them so we can just peacefully walk home from CVS. I think we went to. Um, and this guy's like, "Do you need dog training by any chance? Does it look that obvious?" I think he was just excited. But he also has, he's intact. So, like, I have to know that. He's going to be 3 on November 3rd. So he's, like, still kind of a baby with, you know, a Hondo who lives in a condo. Yeah. Hondo goes to his condo. Funny, I walk so much. I really am into walking, and I feel like I need to, like, it's good to walk. But I have to tell you, like, you know, Bossy was like the muscle. You know what I mean? Like, I feared nothing walking around with that dog. I mean, like, I think Hondo will know what to do, but I mean, here I do know Hondo will know what to do because like people have given me hugs before, and Hondo gets upset and barks and tries to bite them. So he doesn't even like people that he knows that are my friends to like hug me or like. And it really annoys me. Like, there's this one friend of mine that's tall and can do like the back crack, and he like tries to like bite him when he tries to crack my back. Walking is one of the best outlets for both of us, yeah. They're like everything I've read on Caesar Milan and everything, like everything that I've been going through is like the best thing for us is for Hondo and me is like go on lots of walks. So we're gonna go to the beach now. I always feel Shiva at the beach. I had like a dream meditation that so Bossy loved the beach too. I had like this dream meditation that Bossy was like swimming. So we're gonna go talk to him at the beach and maybe see Falu, get some incense. Yeah, Hondo is a badass. He said I gave him another bath today. Well, also like I just like want to be around him too, and he's so funny because he's been jumping in the shower with me since he was. I got Hondo when he was 8 weeks old. Like I was telling him the other day, Hondo. The people want to see you. I was telling Hondo the other day that when I first got him, he was like this big. He was like the size of his arm. He was so little. He was just a little thing. And now he's like just kind of a little bit bigger. So he likes to jump in the shower. It's fun. A big Beans, because his name is Hondo Beans. Beans, and he just comes up to the shower and he's excited to jump in the shower. I'm getting lots of showers and lots of walks. It was all about my brother for a while, but now maybe I gotta go hide in my condo. Wanna say hi to the people? Yeah, there's a water belly. Could you rub my bellies? Could you rub my bellies? Yeah, that's a special spot I like. Yeah, 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 yeah. So we're doing happy things. But yeah, it totally sucks. And I was like, I don't think I can like watch, I mean, at least for a while, like any videos from like before where like Aussie's in them. I'll just fucking annihilate me. But yeah, Hondo is named after a John Wayne movie. It's like an old movie. And my grandfather was super into a Honda. Actually, I found out after I named him Hondo that my grandfather had like my aunt told me my grandfather had like Hondo like coffee mugs. But whenever we go to the vet, well, not now, but quite often, people think his name's Honda. Like, I'm sorry. If anyone would name their dog after a Japanese car, Japanese, I think, Do I look like that kind of person? Come on. He is a badass. He's the adorable warrior. Look at him. He's like, he knows everything. He's so fucking smart. It kills me. He likes water. Yeah. Wait. Oh, Hondo is a little bitch when it comes to the beach. Aussie loved swimming. Shiva was like a natural surfer. She would like wait for the waves and stuff. The pug I had, I put on a surfboard in Florida. Pugs are really good surfers. They have a very good what is it called? My mom used to call Rizzo. She's like he's like a little beer can. They have a very good center of gravity, center of balance, like for surfing. He surfed really well. Okay, I love you guys, and give all of your pets extra kisses and hugs for me. Of course, I was like, oh my gosh, you have no idea. All kinds of things go through my mind. Like I was telling Lambros, I was like, I haven't looked. I haven't. But I was like, should I adopt another dog? Because now that the office knows I have 2 dogs and I can have another dog, I should just slip another one in. But I think that it's like good for Hondo and me to just focus on Hondo and me and stuff like that. And I'm fucking devastated, but there were a lot of things. Like he was older, and I'm really proud to say that like I catered a lot of my. I didn't go on long walks with Hondo because I didn't want to leave him alone too long. Like, and I knew he couldn't go on that long of a walk. I wanted to start bringing Hondo. Like all my dogs are like, I train them to be yoga dogs. So if I'm teaching somewhere outside, they're with me. And I wanted to start training Hondo to be my yoga assistant, but I didn't want to ever leave Bossy alone that long. And I was thinking, oh, I can alternate them. But I was like, no, Bossy will not. Uh, it won't be fun for him to be sitting in the sun for an hour, and I'll always be worried about it. Um, so now another thing he'll be doing is training as my new yoga assistant for Venice Beach Yoga. He's so funny. All right, you guys, I'm gonna check out the beach before it's like late Friday night and people start coming. It's like 1:48 p.m. Yeah, maybe we'll do a red bar later. I need to laugh. I've just mostly been like crying and sleeping, and Honda's got your back. Bad internet behind on the stream. Thanks. I don't know how to say everything. Ventrell. Yeah, he's the best. Bye, guys. Yeah, I said to Honda last night, I was like, so he's like 3. He's a Belgian Malinois German Shepherd. I'm planning on him living to be 15 minimum. I was like, dude, I'm going out with you because I am not doing this shit again. So, yeah, I feel like in 12 years I will have finished the work I need to do here, you know. What's up, Kung Fu Panda? I just finished, but I'm sending you guys all so much love. Have the best weekend, and give all your animals kisses and hugs from me. Extra, extra. Extra, extra. Read all about it. Thank you. Yeah, it's the worst. I mean, like, losing an animal is worse for me than losing a person. Like, losing my father and my animals and my dogs are the most painful losses I've had. Thankfully, I haven't had that many losses, but like losing Havoc hurt more than losing my grandfather. I mean, in a different way, I guess, but it's a different conversation too. Hey, I love you guys. Mwah. Have a great weekend. And Thank you for being here, and thanks for all the love. Bye-bye. Wait.